Pete, have you ever woken up and just felt lost? Not in a crazy, I'm stranded on an island way, but like you're living the perfect life and something is still missing. It's the weirdest feeling. Have you ever Googled why am I so unhappy when I have everything? And nothing came up except travel blogs and stock photos of smiling faces. Welcome to the problem. The biggest problem in the world is not getting worse. Almost every human alive right now has felt this at least once, including myself. For the longest time, I thought this emptiness was my fault. I must have been broken somehow. After all, I had the best life objectively speaking. I had a great job, the love of my life, and more money than I knew what to do with. Yet I was empty. So I spent thousands of dollars seeing therapists, coaches, and healers. I read every book in the bookstore. Nothing helped. What I learned was that there is nothing wrong with you. Your life is not the problem. How you're living your life is the problem. Because the universe is sending you personal cheat codes every single day. Do you recognize them? If not, bad things keep happening to you until you do. If you recognize them, good things start happening to you. Things start working out. People treat you better, and opportunities fall in your lap out of nowhere. Miss. This happens to everyone. But most people miss their secret cheat codes because they re-listening to the wrong voice in their head. This is the craziest day I ever had. It was a simple Tuesday, nothing special. And then out of nowhere, the universe turned up the volume on my secret cheat codes, and I heard them loud and clear. So I want to take you through exactly what happened to me that day. If you stick around until the end, I'll share the single craziest thing that happened and how you can tune into your own cheat codes too. It was a regular morning. I woke up at 6:47 a.m., hit snooze. Times, the same old. But I had this weird buzzing feeling inside me that I could not ignore. It was my intuition, like my soul whispering to me, hey, listen to me, pay attention. But I was so used to ignoring it, I tried to brush it off and go about my day. But that buzzing feeling got louder and clearer. I went to make coffee, and boom, the clock flashed 11:11. I almost laughed. It was the most ridiculous meme ever. I almost completely ignored it. But for a split second, I stopped and actually thought, what would I wish for if I made a wish right now? That was the first clue, the first text message from the universe. I tried to forget about it, but that 11:11 was like a GPS telling me there was a detour on the road ahead. Then I got in my car and started my drive to work. And I swear this is no joke, the podcast started playing a show I had never subscribed to before about some guy named Carl Jung. The host says, and I quote, "The psyche nudges us through coincidences we didn't order." I almost choked on my coffee. Then I look up and the bumper sticker on the car in front of me says, "You're not stuck in traffic. You are traffic." I started laughing like a psycho. It was the first real emotion I'd felt all day. I pulled over to the side of the road because I was literally shaking from laughter. I'll never forget this feeling. I was having a private conversation with the universe. I felt connected to everything and nothing at the same time. It was scary and exhilarating. And that's when I knew something was changing. As I drove into work, I noticed another flashing clock, this one inside the building. It was 11:11 a.m. Again, I wasn't sure if I should run to the bathroom and make a wish or what, but something told me to just sit at my desk and keep working. And that's when the first email of the day popped up on my computer screen. 2. It was a rejection email from a company I had applied to. It didn't even matter what the email said. I didn't even read it. All I saw was the time stamp. It was 11:11 a.m. Again, I wasn't crazy. The universe was clearly trying to talk to me. I started paying closer attention. I looked around the room. There was a poster on the wall that said, "Nothing happens by accident." I stared at it like it was the 10 Commandments. Then I checked my phone. A friend had sent me a meme about how our minds can play tricks on us. Below that was a random YouTube video she recommended. The title was, "When the universe gives you signs, do not ignore them." I was shook. At lunch, I decided to take a walk outside. I needed some fresh air. I kept my eyes open, scanning for any signs, numbers, words, anything. And then I saw it. A white rock sitting on a nearby bench. It didn't look like any other rock. It was smooth and shiny and glowed in the sunlight. I couldn't help it. I picked it up and pocketed it. I felt lighter somehow. I took another deep breath and continued walking. I didn't need the rock to know I had found a sign. That's when I heard a voice in my head, loud and clear. You are worthy. You are loved. You are enough, too. It was a total breakthrough. I didn't know it at the time, but I had officially cracked my own code. I was now receiving transmissions directly from Source, from God, from the universe, whatever you want to call it. And all I had to do was ask the right questions. But not everyone was happy about this. I felt resistance. As I walked back to the office, I felt a sudden surge of anxiety. I started sweating. My heart raced. I wanted to run and hide. And then I saw it. The office bathroom. My sanctuary. I ducked inside and locked the stall door. I was having a full-blown panic attack. My whole body trembled. I thought I might be having a heart attack or stroke. I don't know. All I know is that I started hyperventilating and couldn't stop shaking. And then, without warning, it was gone. The panic lifted and I was left drained, but okay. I realized I had just leveled up in the hardest game of my life. I had faced the shadow, overcome the fear, and come out stronger on the other side. Still shaky, I walked back to my desk. I needed a distraction. So I got online and started scrolling through memes. And then I saw it, the most random thing. A video titled "Don't Ignore Signs from the Universe." It was like a confirmation from the cosmos. I had to trust this journey, even though I had no idea where it would lead. With renewed determination, I got back to work. And that's when it struck me. I had worked so hard to become a writer, but lately I had forgotten why I loved writing in the first place. I hadn't written for joy in a long time. I was writing to please others, to chase money and validation. And that's when it hit me. Create. Create for the pure fun of it. Create for yourself. It was the universe answering my question, and I knew deep down it was right. For the rest of the week, I carried the white quartz rock in my pocket. It was a tangible reminder of the conversation I was having with the universe. I tuned in to the little voice inside me, and it led me to some of the most incredible experiences of my life.